we don't know what happened with the seeds mostly because we were disconnected completely from what we are eating. Most of you don't even know that seed is important thing in our life because we don't know that the food that we eat every day come from seeds because we were disconnected completely. We know that the food come from supermarket, come from the market, but we don't know how they grow food, how they use the seeds. Because of we don't know what happened with the seed, we were trained to eat only a few varieties of plants and animals in the world. Now, most of people eat only chicken, pork, eggs, and grains, mainly wheat or rice. We eat only this food all our life. From this problem, when we eat less and less varieties, it causes a lot of problem. It creates a big impact to the whole thing in the world. The first impact is our health, because our health needs more diversity of nutrition. But when we eat less varieties, we have less nutrition. And the second thing is, when we eat less varieties, people grow less varieties. When they grow less varieties, they grow big area. So that means it invades another space for another life. It creates a lot of environmental problem after that. And in the same time, when people monopolize the seeds, because we eat less variety, it's easy for the multinational company to monopolize the seeds. When they monopolize the seed, they make the seed price rise up very high. So it costs a lot of poverty everywhere. So it's related to so many things. Because of seeds, business were controlled by not many companies. It caused a lot of problem with seed now. Most of the seed disappear. 50 years ago, we used to have so many varieties of food to eat. So many varieties of plant and animal that we eat as food. But only 50 years that the companies start to develop seed to monopolize it. And now we lost more than 90% of seed that we used to eat. That's why now we have less and less variety of seed that we can grow for our food. What happened now is we have health problem because we eat less varieties but big amount, so we don't have enough some nutrition that our body needed, and in the same time we have too much some kind of nutrition that the body needed, but we have too much because we eat less variety. That causes a lot of sickness. So when the company controls seeds business, they control farmer, and then they can tell farmer to grow only the seed from them only. When they monopolize the seed, they train people all over the world to grow only seeds from them. Farmers all over the world stop growing local seed, and the local seed disappear. There's only seeds that they own it in the hand of farmer. So the company and government, they work together. They develop seed to monopolize it. Farmer who grow food, but they have no seed in their hand, This causes a lot of poverty everywhere in the world. So we solve this problem. We want to change something. We want to solve the problem. But we cannot fight with the company because they are so big. They own government in most of the countries. They own lawyers. They own everything in the world. How can poor farmer like us can fight with them? So what we can do now, we start a small group of farmers. We call public seed group. We start to collecting local seeds. We train each other to developing seeds, to select them and develop them, and then we grow our own seed, and we start a small market for ourselves. We try to own seeds that we grow for our own consumption as much as we can. Now we start a small organization, but it's not official yet. It's just an unofficial group. We start to train people how to develop seed, how to propagate seeds, how to collecting local seeds. And we want to create a network of seed saver because we believe that farmer is the real breeder. Farmer is the real seed saver. Farmer is the real seed propagation. Because they have been doing this thing for many generations until the academics people, until the company came or the government official came and said that it's not your job. This part is for researcher. This part is a job of researcher, of the job of scientists who will develop it. And then farmer believe. They believe that they cannot develop seed. They cannot propagate seed by themselves because you need to rely on special technique or special knowledge from scientists. That's why most of farmers did not develop seed after that. But now we want to make farmers believe that they are the one who can do the best in developing seeds. So we start training people now. We start our small group in Thailand. We want to develop seeds and then make it into public seed. We want it to be the seed to be the property of everybody. The seed have to belong to every life because seed is one part of life. You cannot own seed because you own the seed, you own life. So our idea is just we cannot fight with the company. They are so big, they have so much power, but we can come back to ourselves, create our own food system, create our own seed propagation system. We rely on themselves more. So when the company develop seeds, they own it. When we develop seed, we will give it to people. We can sell, we can give, we can share, we can do anything because we believe that seed is food, food is life. No one can own life. So all the law that allow people to own the seed is not the right law. It's not a good law. We don't want to follow that law. This is what we can do, I think. That's why we have to find a way. We need to find solution to bring back food to our hand again. Now, food the whole world in the hand of a few companies. And they train us to eat whatever they own, the seeds only. That's why the whole world have to eat only corn, soybean, and wheat. When we have war in Ukraine, people all over the world starving today because we don't know how to eat anything else. Why we have to develop our life into this point? When we have so much food everywhere, when we can develop food everywhere. So we need to bring back our ability, our skill. We need to bring back our food. That means we have to have seed in our hand. We need public seeds. We don't want monopolized seed anymore. This is the point that we have to do now.